Our video evaluates our development as a trade hub and the potential of developing Singapore into a global trade hub. It highlights existing impediments and proposes recommendations to propel Singapore going forward. It is brought to you by Bernice, Charlene, and Wayne. Now we'll be talking about the background. The international trading sector was identified as one of the services sectors to be promoted by the 1985 Economic Committee. International trading has long been recognized as Singapore's lifeblood for its economic contribution and for its significant multiplier effect on sectors such as finance and logistics. The strategic value of international trading and role of traders has evolved over time. Traders are no longer pure intermediaries operating with basic knowledge of customers, suppliers, and products. Singapore as a trade hub, where we are today. The Approved Oil Trader (AOT) and the Approved International Trader (AIT) programs were introduced in 1989 and 1990 respectively. The objective of the programs is to expand the potential of Singapore as an entry port and to encourage companies to use Singapore as a base to conduct their offshore trading activities for the region. To date, a critical mass of leading international trading companies have been attracted to conduct offshore trading activities in Singapore under these programs. We now have a diverse pool of companies specializing in energy, metals, agri-commodities, consumer and industrial products trading. As a reflection of the success of the programs, offshore trade posted rapid growth, averaging about 15% compounded annual growth rate in the past decades. Offshore trade has also grown at a rate on par with that of Hong Kong since 1986. Hong Kong's zero tax rate on offshore trading activities and a large and rapidly growing hinterland in China also make it an attractive trade hub. The economic contribution of the offshore trading sector can be seen from its 1.4% contribution to GDP. What are Singapore's competitive advantages making it well placed to become a global trading hub? Firstly, attractive trade infrastructure. Singapore's top-rated infrastructure in air, sea, land, telecommunications, finance, trade facilitation, and documentation is particularly attractive to global traders. Secondly, good business and physical connectivity. Our geographical location positions us well to complete the 24-hour trading cycle, complementing key trade hubs such as London and New York. Thirdly, reputation as oil trading hub. Singapore is the world's third largest oil refining and trading center. In addition to it being the oil price determination center in the region, Singapore also has an active over-the-counter OTC oil market. And lastly, credibility and reputation of Singapore. Singapore's strong brand name as a reputable business hub allows traders here to enjoy high credibility as counterparties in transactions. However, Singapore also faces challenges ahead. It faces mounting competition globally. International trading is a highly mobile and tax-sensitive industry. Although Singapore has flourished as a trade hub, it is not a natural trade hub as it is neither a key producer nor consumer market. It is certain that as countries around us build their own infrastructure and network, Singapore will be faced with greater competition. Direct trade is expected to increase, especially as infrastructure at source market improves and information on products and markets become more transparent and readily available. Singapore's role as a trade hub and intermediary will be reduced if we do not provide incremental value to our clients.
However, there are challenges deterring Singapore from being a global trading hub. Firstly, Singapore has a small pool of local trading talent and hence may not be able to readily meet the needs of international trading companies. The solution would be to attract, develop, and retain trading talent. Singapore must continue to enhance our recruitment policy and infrastructure to attract foreign trading talent. However, it is also important that Singapore build its own pool of talent by inculcating entrepreneurial spirit and risk-taking. Second challenge is increased indirect trade. Direct trade between key producer and consumer is expected to increase, especially as infrastructure at source markets improves and information on products and markets become more transparent and readily available. Singapore's roles as trade hub and intermediary will be reduced if we do not provide incremental value to our clients. Solution is to establish Singapore as a regional arbitration center. Singapore has the prerequisites of neutrality and its impartial and efficient judiciary system, giving it a strong credibility as an arbitration center. This will reduce business costs for these trading companies, hence attracting foreign countries to trade in Singapore. So what are the benefits of Singapore becoming a global trade hub? Firstly, the share of world trade. The size of Singapore's offshore trade is expected to triple from about US 100 billion to US 300 to 400 billion. Secondly, share of GDP. With the increase in size of Singapore's offshore trade, the offshore trade sector is also expected to play a more important role to Singapore's economy. The direct contribution to GDP by offshore trade is expected to increase from 1.4% of Singapore's GDP to 1.7 to 2.3%. Conclusion: the international trading sector has recorded significant growth in the last decade. However, faced with a shift in global markets and intensifying competition, we must respond vigorously and be quick to capitalize on new developments. Singapore has the necessary preconditions and determination to compete in the global league. Our regional trade hub position has given us a head start. Reinventing ourselves to the proposed strategies, we can overcome the challenges ahead and emerge as a global trade hub.
We have come to the end of our video.
Thank you.